what's up? This is Chrysidez on the scene at the Thesis at the Lollipop Shoppe with my special co-host over here. Special guest co-host.
Special guest co-host, stepping in for Leon. It's Shawan, aka Shawilly.
And our special guest artist.
Shawing, Ryan Western. Thanks for having me, ladies. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you for being here. So what do you do?
Well, I'm a rapper. Why I'm here because thank you. I'm here because I'm a rapper, but I'm also a dad, a car salesman back in Colorado, a loyal son, and just a godly human being.
Oh,
I love that.
Okay.
Are you a Taurus?
No, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarian.
Aquarius. I love Aquarius. They're my little alien babies.
Okay.
Aquarians are like so like alien, angelic, weird little human
Weird
beings.
for sure.
Yeah.
Weird in a good way.
Yes.
It's what we all aspire to. The good kind of weird, you know. How long have you been in Portland for?
I got here this morning. It was the first time ever I took a sleeping pill.
So today,
before,
first day in Portland. Okay.
Yeah, first day. And I took a sleeping pill, went through security, got on the plane, and I actually woke up and didn't realize that we had taken off.
No.
And so it was a crazy experience. So
yeah.
I was like, damn, I must have knocked out. We didn't even take off yet. I'm a little disappointed. I look out the window and I'm 40,000 feet. So
I've been that way on a flight. Like I went to Bordeaux in December, and I was like, okay, you take your pill before you get to security. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, we're almost to Miami.
That's a good feeling.
Okay, well, I've never taken a sleeping pill on a plane before because I could just sleep. I'll watch my little movie. I pass
You're
out.
You're a flight sleeper?
I'll sleep the whole time.
No.
Sitting up. As long as I have a window to sleep on, I'm good.
You raw dog it, no headphones.
Yeah. Unless
So,
there's a baby, then
I gotta say, it's been a crazy whirlwind 24 hours. And about last time this night, I was watching just some stuff about Portland and going through YouTube.
So you're trying to do some research before you get here.
And I come across some of your videos on your interviews. So all of a sudden, here we are coming to fruition, a sit down with Carissa, and it's pretty neat. So
yeah, you said you had a dream about being on the show. Hopefully good dreams only.
Oh, I told you I'm not going to go into detail, especially not on camera.
Okay, and not only did he see it on YouTube, but he also had a dream about
it. That's on the
so,
Patreon.
You know. Yeah. So what kind of music do you make? Can you tell us something about your music?
Sure. I've been making music for a long time, and I've always kind of thought I had a little bit of an East Coast bias, but I'm lyrical, but I also been trying to get more vibey. And one of my, I guess, mentors in the game is my man Deuce, Brookfield Deuce, who I'm here to support tonight, and his For Real tape launch with Drake Slaps. Trying to dumb it down and be less wordy. So we're always a work in progress. I'm the most self-critical, but when you got brothers alongside you that are equally as committed to the movement and also can be critical in a constructive way, kind of makes me feel like I'm going in the right direction. So,
right. Where did you say you're from again? Where you flew from?
Colorado.
Okay. What's the Colorado music scene like?
Mostly like the Fray and like John Denver, kind of like the music scene. That's what we're known for. The hip hop scene is evolving.
Where did I go wrong? Yeah, I lost a friend. Yeah.
So great music. Just not the music I make. And so I think Colorado's learning to support each other in the hip hop community to kind of grow and evolve. And I'm proud to say I'm a part of that. And there is a lot of talent coming out of Colorado, and just going to take that one special sound to kind of grab the attention of a wider audience. And I think once that happens, you'll start hearing from a lot of people in Colorado.
I didn't realize that the Fray and that John Denver were from Colorado.
Me neither.
And I definitely haven't heard of any hip hop coming from Colorado. So I feel like that's almost a good thing. That's almost beneficial for hip hop artists out there.
You're the pioneer.
You're the pioneers.
Yeah.
The hip hop artists or the hip hop lovers there are going to come to your shows. So you're kind of paving the way, like Sean said.
It hasn't felt like that throughout the years I've been making music, but to hear you put it like that and to now really embrace the moment and look at things from that perspective, you're absolutely right. It is an untapped market and an opportunity to really, as a fan of Colorado hip hop and somebody who's a resident there, to support somebody and really see them go from the bottom to the top. So hopefully that does happen. And, whether it does or not, I'm proud of the music I make. And I'm making my best music at the ripe old age of 40. So, to still be in the game and to still have people that support me and that I support back and still have that passion and that love. And it's really, it's a fulfilling thing in my life. So.
Also, the kids say that 40 is the new 20.
It is.
So
at least the new 30.
It literally doesn't
It's the new 20.
Like, you can make a song when you're like 90,
Exactly.
Sure.
You can act when you're 65.
I've heard people say that, like, oh yeah, when you're 40, you shouldn't be making music, but why not?
Listen,
you have more experience, you have more wisdom, you have more to talk about.
That's my goal plan for 50. I'm 52 now, but
yeah, me too. I'm 50-ish. but yeah. So you said that, but there is a music scene in Colorado. What is that like?
It's a lot of, I don't know. I stay inside. I make my own music a lot of times.
You don't ever go to shows over there?
I do, but I'm usually a part of the shows that I go to.
Is it more like lyrical, like?
It's a mixed bag. So I think being geographically kind of in the middle, like Colorado is, I think we draw influence from California, from the East Coast down south. So you'll hear a little bit of all that within the Colorado sound, and I don't know that we've identified a specific sound. So again, I think we
kind of a blend of everything.
Yeah, we're discovering our own sound. Now, mine's always been just kind of my own, and it's a little poppy, it's a little bit East Coasty, but it's from the soul. It's authentic, and that's always what hip hop has been to me. Is just telling your story, sharing your story, and trying to just hope that while you relieve a little bit of what's on your conscious and your mind, and kind of self therapy, that can influence or help somebody else going through something similar. So
what a perfect place to be on the West Coast, where we're just chill vibes. Okay, I want to talk about your Freddy video. Okay.
Shout out Brookfield Deuce. Shout out Riley Brown. PDX, directed by those two geniuses.
Get it? Are you a horror fan? Because you have to be. The cinematography alone going into that music video, I'm like, this is a horror fan that knows the tropes.
Well, again, I got to give a lot of that credit to Brookfield Deuce and to Riley Brown, because they were kind of the visionaries there. The video idea did stem from the song, and I was in an angry mood. I was mad at the world, and so those horror references just kind of came into play, and it was a scary beat, and so all of a sudden, here we are with this kind of sound that just lent itself to a non-traditional video. It wound up being about 17 minutes long and turned into a movie more than a music video, but it was a lot of fun to make, and a lot of good memories up there. And Riley Brown and Brookfield Deuce, they did their thing on that video for sure.
Did you feel empowered being in the Freddy garb? Were you like, yes, I'm angry?
I did, putting that glove on with those claws, I'm telling you start to feel like a different person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Slasher vibes. I love it. What's your favorite horror film?
I love 28 Days. The 28 Days and 28 Days Later.
That's
the zombies.
That zombie one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I love a zombie
because they're realistic
movie or
zombies.
a vampire movie.
Okay, I love that. You talk to
people.
You talk to people nowadays, and they're like psychological thrillers only. And I was like, I don't want to write a thesis after every movie. Sometimes I just want to see someone get killed. I just saw Maxine. So I'm like, that was a classic slasher film. So I'm like,
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh,
I don't think I have either.
Check it out.
But yeah, I think people are just tired of seeing zombie or vampire movies, but I never get tired of that shit. So
I love
Aliens is kind of my thing.
Okay, tell us about aliens. What do you mean they're kind of your thing?
I mean, because I saw one. I saw a UFO. I want to get all crazy.
Please tell us about it.
Sure?
I'll tell the quick version because
sure?
I'm
Are you
positive.
sure it wasn't
100%.
army?
Make sure the government isn't watching.
Well, it was an unidentified flying object, right? So it could have been an army thing, could have been a military some kind of technology
Now
that
I'm
we're not aware of.
interested. Now I'm interested.
So, you know, long story
Cool to
short,
see.
okay, got off the red eye. I was in Miami with my friend Jonah. This is like 8 years ago. Where we're on the beach before the sun comes up, when you're not even allowed to walk on the beach, and it's just that time of morning where you can just barely see the white caps out in the ocean, and all of a sudden this thing the size of a jet, this morphing metallic thing, silent, no lights, just whizzed by about 50 yards out, didn't make a sound, and
did it change the color of the sky?
It wasn't as it was so it was like you could have missed that if we weren't looking right up at that moment. And so it was just one of those things where we went through, and it wasn't just me, it was my friend who saw it too, which kind of added some credence to the whole sighting for me, because it was just myself. I could have said, I didn't really see that.
Like, wow,
my mind's playing tricks on me. I probably, I wouldn't even, we just looked at each other, was like, what was that?
Yeah.
And so we talked about it, and we couldn't decipher what it could have been. And ultimately, UFOs are real. And how could they not
sure
be?
Are.
Obviously, we've seen them now.
I mean, the government literally put out tapes of what did they call them? Something else, but
declassified.
Yeah,
they
something like that.
The videos, and they're like, we don't know what this is. Like, it's not one of ours. It's not something we've seen before. So we know that they're out there. But what's crazy is that like these tapes came out 2 years ago. And it was during a time where like COVID lockdown just happened recently, and like all this other shit was happening, where people saw it and they were like, we don't care.
So desensitized.
Like, what?
We are so desensitized.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I am.
I was excited about it. But most people are just so desensitized by it. But if you actually see it, that's different. Or like see it in person, that's
of course, the Aquarius is like, I'm gonna see an alien.
I've been trying to see one. I've been trying to see a UFO for a while now. So I'm a little bit jealous, but also that's very cool. Does that like your belief in the extraterrestrial? Do you get any inspiration from that for your music?
No.
Okay.
It's just everyday, regular, normal life.
But you're like, no.
Not at all, actually. But it was cool. It definitely was cool.
Where does the
where do you get your
inspiration come from?
Family, friends, sports, what I'm passionate about in life. That's kind of what musicians in general tend to speak about, is their experience. So, the things that I see, and like I said, a lot of my music is it's compensating for what I'm not, and it's this alter ego that I'm fulfilling this need to be important and to kind of be myself and express myself. And then the other, half of it is just me being vulnerable and being authentic and telling my story. So, I try to kind of toe that line so that I can enjoy it without it feeling like work. And so sometimes you've got to make it playful, and there doesn't have to be a big meaning behind it. And sometimes it's got to be from the heart, and it's got to, be really something powerful. And so that's what keeps it interesting. That's why my music doesn't have a certain sound. I think you can go through it and say, well, man, he was in this mood this day and it sounded this way. And then another day he was feeling totally different, just want to have fun. And it came out like that. So
I mean, that's all art is. It's just like an imitation of life and how you're feeling. And I'm like, I do the same thing with my art. I'm like, okay, well, we just need to write to get this, whatever energy is in here, out. And I love how you were like, oh, it's kind of like the, to make me feel important. I feel like not a lot of artists recognize that that's what we're doing. Yeah. It's like we're putting this out, but we're also like soothing our own egos within ourselves.
And I think it's similar to a lot of artists where they're like, I am putting out a part of me that I wish that I was, or like that it's like my ego that I'm putting out there. And that was very honest. I feel like that's what it is for a lot of artists, but they don't say it out loud, so you don't really hear that a lot.
The quiet part out loud. Okay.
Oh, that's a bar. That's an album title. The quiet part out loud. Yep. I like that.
I need 5%.
I'll take one. I was here for it. So anyway, I'll let you get to the show. We're at the Thesis at Lollipop Shoppe in Portland, Oregon for the August Thesis. And you're about to perform soon. And you're performing with a couple other artists, Deuce, and then who else?
Yeah, Brookfield Deuce, Dre Slaps, You got Scooter wrapping up there. Dame Dalla himself is going to make an appearance. TZ So Dope coming from Virginia. She's going to put it down as well. She's probably in the building right now. Shout out to Verbs the DJ, Max Smith. We got the Lollipop Shoppe in Portland in general. Everybody for coming out supporting tonight. They really did something special. Dre and Brookfield Deuce with the For Real tape, and they're gonna be debuting some songs off that project here tonight. Half of the record. So definitely, if you're here in the building, you're gonna be glad that you were. And
if you're not, then you'll hear it later.
Yeah, shame on you.
Give the people your socials.
So you can find me everywhere you listen to music. So whatever you stream on, you can find me there, Ryan Western. And then Instagram, Ryan_Western. You can find me on YouTube, Ryan Western. Yeah, that's it. My name. Western like the hemisphere, like the cowboy, like John Wayne. So ladies, I really appreciate you having me and talking to me.
Thank you so much for being here.
And,
we appreciate you.
Time out of your day to chat with us about aliens and music and all the other things.
And we'll have another shot of Hennessy here in a minute.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It's been On the Scene with Carissa Des, my special guest host.
Shawilly.
And my very special guest artist.
Ryan Western.
Let's go.
Bye, y'all.